going to get a certificate, and she'll also get a cash prize, of course. So, thank you. And the next student we're going to feature is Dolores. So if you would like to come up here, Dolores, please.
Good evening. Thank you for coming. I think we have a great turnout tonight. I'm here less to express myself than to pay tribute to someone who's much better at it than I am. This year, a German woman won the Nobel Peace Prize for Literature. Hertha Müller grew up as an inside outsider, if you know what I mean. She lived in a small German-speaking village in West Romania, and she was part of a small minority. She didn't share her native language with the rest of her country. She didn't actually learn Romanian until she entered grammar school, so she always had that struggle of not being really able to connect to the people around her. She was born in 1953, and her father had previously served in the Waffen-SS, which is the combat branch of the Nazi military. Combat branch of the Nazi military, just let that sink in. And her mother was held in a forced labor camp for 5 years in the Soviet Union after the war ended. Imagine dinner at that house. It had to be a very interesting conversation. She herself grew up in a Soviet bloc state that censored her work or didn't let her publish at all. This is probably because she once refused to comply with the Securitate, which is the Romanian Secret Service. They asked her to work for them as a translator. She refused and lost her job. So she joined the Aktionsgruppe, which was a group of young German-speaking writers in Romania that advocated free speech, denounced government censorship, and meanwhile she earned her living as a teacher. But her books, which she continued to write, found success elsewhere. They were not only published, but well received in the country of her mother tongue, in Germany. In 1987, after a failed attempt in 1985, she was finally allowed to immigrate to West Berlin, where she still lives. Her most acclaimed novel, The Land of Green Plums, was published in 1993 and deals with a writer's struggle under government censorship. She continues to write, and she writes not only novels, but essays and poems as well. Her life encompasses the gist of the 20th century. Her family survived the most extreme conditions, from fascism to communism, and produced a Nobel Peace Prize winning author in a modern democracy. And celebrating the fall of the Berlin Wall tonight, we celebrate people like her, who insist on telling their story and who resist when injustice is obvious. Freedom of expression and the fight against censorship was, after all, a major plight for artists living in totalitarian regimes, people living in East Germany. The fall of the Berlin Wall is very close to us historically, and I think that we students don't realize how close it really is, because we were so young. I was 2, and my mother had me in India at the time, which apparently is a cool place to go for German ex-hippies. And she actually thought that it was a joke when her friends called her and told her it happened. She didn't believe it. And I think all people that were alive and aware of when the wall fell remember exactly where they were at the moment they found out, or at least that's what they tell me. I don't remember. The results and the repercussions of this event are still at work and very real today. So let's not forget to check our own rights, to look around at our own world, and make sure that we keep the human rights the now undeniable freedoms that others fought a century for. I don't know whether it's purely symbolic or whether it's intentional, but Herta Müller was an excellent choice to win a Peace Prize in the year 2009, the 20th anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall, the drop of the Iron Curtain, and the end of the Cold War. And now I'm going to read a poem, a very short poem. It's only 6 lines long. I'm going to read it in German because it does not exist in translation. But it has a lot of cognates, so if you pay attention, you might be able to figure out what it means. And I think it's very simple, that's why I picked it, and it shows a generational struggle with various political influences, very simply. Let me just read it. Kurz darauf sagt Barbara, mein Vater war Nazi, mein Sohn ist ein Skin, mein Mann Demokratie mit Doppelkinn, meine Tochter, die wird Sängerin.
Thank you very much, Dolores. Money comes later.